Well, welcome to the Owatonna Tday Show, your community connection since 1991. My name is Pete Connor, your show's host on this Friday, October 6th of 2017. Well, we've got a very interesting show for you in a couple of places here. We've got, first up, we're going to have Samantha Fransen, who's going to be telling us about Chubbs Brew-BQ, a fundraiser on behalf of Juan Villarreal. It's a memorial fundraiser, second annual, and we're going to find out all about that. And then we're going to have Todd Hale, the voice of Steele County Fair, who's going to be here, and we're going to talk about his time with the fair and that piece of the fair that's going to be coming to a close, as Todd has indicated his retirement. As always on Friday, we take time to highlight our valued sponsors, so I'd like to highlight those folks, and first is the City of Owatonna. Is a premier sponsor, as well as Owatonna Public Utilities. And then our primary sponsors, Amy Swain Hearing Centers, Fairway Foods, Little Theater of Owatonna, Owatonna Foundation, and our interlude sponsors, Bremer Bank, Brenda Bednar Mortgage Office, Cedar Valley Services, Carlson, Branstad and Company CPAs, ERA Gillespie Real Estate, Fairview Animal Medical Center, Horizon Eye Care, Owatonna Area Business Development Center, Steele County Historical Society, Steele County Transitional Housing, the Third Hand Video Productions, Triam Graphics, and TPS Insurance. We hope you support these wonderful Owatonna businesses that support Owatonna today. If it weren't for them, we would not be on the air. So we are here because of them. And we're always looking for new sponsors, so if you know of a concern that would be a good sponsor for the show, why don't you let us know that? And give Leanne, our producer, a call at 390-5751. And now we're going to take a bit of time to highlight some of those sponsors again, and then we'll be right back with Samantha, so please stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Brenda with the Mortgage Office of Brenda Bednar, aligned with American Mortgage and Equity Consultants, where closings feel right from the beginning. I'm a proud supporter of the Owatonna Tday Show.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Tday Show, your community connection, and a hearty welcome to Samantha Fransen.
Hi.
First time that I've had the pleasure of being with you on the show.
Yeah.
Although I'm not sure it's the first time for you.
It is the first time.
Oh, it is? Okay, good. Well, we'll have to make this an annual event. You're here today to talk about the Chubbs Brew-BQ Memorial for Juan Villarreal.
Yep.
And you've shared some things before we went on air. Let's talk first about you, because the name Fransen could be a local name.
Yep, it is. I was born and raised here.
Okay.
I graduated in 2008 from Owatonna High School.
Very well. And so you're, since that time, what have you been doing?
I have been working for Masterson Staffing Solutions for the last 4 years.
Okay,
Yep.
very well. And your involvement now with this event, tell us about that.
I am the secretary for the Chubbs Brew-BQ Committee.
Okay.
We started this, last year was our first year, on October 15th last year.
Right.
We did it in honor of my stepfather, Juan Villarreal. He passed away October 15th of 2015 of pancreatic cancer.
Oh, wow.
So my uncle Matt came up with this idea. Juan liked beer and he liked barbecue, so let's pair them together.
Sure.
And we had a great success last year, and we're hoping to double it this year.
Good. And the purpose for the event?
We are raising money for the Owatonna School District to help children that can't afford extracurricular activities.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anything under the heading of extracurricular?
Yep, not just sports. It could be musical, it could be theater, it could be anything that they want to that they can't afford.
All right. And well, obviously we have a range of children starting at age 5 on through 17, 18.
Yep.
Pretty much for
anybody that is in the Owatonna School District.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what kinds of things have you found over the year now that you've had a year of experience where the money has supported, what sorts of things have the young people come to ask for?
It could be that they need the entry fee to get in. It could be uniforms. It could be musical instruments, lessons, anything that they can't afford or that they need help with.
Okay. What sort of effort, what did the effort bring you last year? How much did you earn last year?
We gave the school district $5,000 last year.
Okay.
Yep.
And the event is going to be held where?
At the Retrofit Company here in Owatonna.
All right, so it's for our viewers, it's the old Walmart.
Yep.
If they don't know where the Retrofit building
It
is,
is the old Walmart
store.
Yep.
Okay, and what sorts of things are going to happen?
So right now, it is from 4 to 9 on Saturday,
And what day?
the 14th.
On the 14th.
Yep.
Okay.
So there is going to be between 9 and 10 home brewers, 10 to 12 barbecuers. We are going to actually have 2 bands this year. Last year we only had 1.
Do you know who they are?
I do. It's the Leopards and the Morning Kings.
All right, coming from?
The cities in Morristown.
Oh, all right.
Yep. The Leopards, one of the band members was actually really good friends with my stepfather.
Okay.
So they are doing
Right.
that. We also have a live silent auction, and we are raffling off a drum smoker this year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So this is going to be held inside a part of that building, a big building.
Yep.
So you're going to be on what part of that building?
The front half of it.
Okay, so how will people get in? I guess that's maybe a better
The main
question.
entrance, like you would going into Walmart.
If you were originally to go to Walmart.
Yep,
Okay.
yep. We'll have signs directing people in, and the tickets are $20
All right,
to get into
good.
the door. That does get you all the tasting for beer, all the tasting for barbecue.
Yeah.
There are People's Choice that you can vote for the best brewer and the best barbecuer that you enjoyed.
Okay. It could be smoky in that building.
The barbecuers are actually going to be outside.
Outside, okay. Well,
Yep.
That might be a good point to know, too, right?
Yes, yep. All the barbecuers are outside.
All right. And how will people then, and is food going to be for sale, or does it come under the $20 entry fee?
We will have food for sale,
Okay.
but you can sample all the food that you want to from the barbecuers. We'll also have pop water, beer, wine for sale, along with the home brewers. You can sample all
Sure.
the home brewers.
So the food that's going to be prepared, the barbecuers are pretty much anything? The typical meats that you think of as pork and...
We are gonna have we're gonna have judges. So the judges are gonna judge meat and ribs, or chicken and ribs, and then we have People's Choice that we will give them a piece of meat and they have to smoke it. Sometimes they do sides, sometimes they do desserts. So with the People's Choice, they can pretty much do anything that they want.
Where are your barbecuers coming from?
They're coming from all over the place. We have some from Owatonna, some from surrounding areas.
Okay.
A lot of the barbecuers are ones that did it last year.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's a popular event. How many people do you think will show up?
We're hoping 500. We had around 200 last year.
Okay.
Yep.
So it'll have its own life, so to say, after a year, and you hope that more people will be coming by.
Yeah, we've heard a lot of people are going to it, so.
Good. So weather ought not to be an issue.
Right.
Yeah, okay. You're not doing this because, I mean, by yourself, obviously. This is a larger group that's...
Yep, we have a committee, and then underneath the committees, we have volunteers that help the night of, during the week of. We have Corey Borchert that does the brew side. He's on the committee.
Sure.
Jeff Hansen is doing the barbecue side. And then we have some of my aunts and uncles, grandparents that are underneath us, or that are part of the committee.
Sure.
We have people designated for decorations, silent auction,
Yeah, obviously,
volunteers.
Sure, you have to have people go out and, get items for
Yeah.
your auction.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, and I know Steve Kath owns the building.
Yep.
So he's allowing you to volunteering that piece of the building.
Yeah,
for
he's been fantastic
Yeah.
to work with us with that.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Why
So-
did you decide to do this in memory of Juan?
Because Juan did a lot for our community. He was part of Big Brothers Big Sisters, Crisis Resource Center, Adopt a Highway. So we wanted to keep going what he had started. He would give you the shirt off his back. Mm-hmm. So we figured, let's do something instead of on that day being really, really sad. And we wanted to turn an unfortunate circumstance into something positive. And it did last year. I mean, it was a great way to honor him.
Yeah, very well. Your hopes for, I don't know if I asked you this yet, but your hopes for receipts, what do you hope to, you gave $5,000 last year to the school.
We're hoping to double it if not
year.
more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Yeah, it's going for a good cause. We're helping out the school district. We're helping out kids. I have a little brother that plays sports, so it's a good thing for kids to be involved in extracurricular activities.
Sure. The school, I'm sure, is happy to receive the funds.
Yeah.
And how long do you think it will take how long did it take, maybe the better question is, how long did it take for the money to be used last year?
I believe they used it within 6 months.
Oh.
So it helped kids.
But yet probably some were not served just because there was no longer any money, at least from that standpoint.
Yeah, but I mean, we were able to help children, that was all that mattered to us, is that we were helping people.
Yeah. What else should we know? Again, it's on the 14th?
Yep,
and,
from 4 to 9.
Okay, at the old Walmart building?
Yep.
Retrofit building?
It'll be a blast.
It'll be a blast.
Yep, it will be, yep.
Yeah. And everyone's welcome. It's a family affair.
You have to be 21 or older.
21 or older. That's a good piece of information.
Yep, you do have to be 21 or older.
Because of the beer.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I guess I have to say best wishes.
Thank you.
And on behalf of our viewers and for those who are having interest in these kinds of things, these help things, I think it's a wonderful opportunity for them to get out and show their support for.
Yeah, absolutely. And this community is amazing when it comes to that stuff. Everybody gets involved. So we had a great turnout last year. We're hoping for an even better one this year.
Good. Well, we sure hope that happens that way as well. So I hope our viewers will participate if they are able. And so thank you very much,
Thank
Samantha,
you
for being here to talk about the Chubbs Brew-BQ coming up on the 14th.
Yes.
Best wishes.
Thank you.
And thank you for being with us today. We're going to take a little bit of time for some messages, and then we'll be right back with the voice of the fair, Todd Hale. Stay tuned.
Hi, Eric here from Owatonna Senior Place. Participate in one of the many active fitness classes we have, or hop on the bus for one of our great day trips. We have a variety of programs and activities happening throughout the week. Our goal at Senior Place is to create positive moments for you at a reasonable and affordable price. Don't forget the Senior Place Partnership Program, with over 40 businesses giving discounts and incentives to you for being a Senior Place member. Contact us for more details. Live full, live well, live long.
I'm Dan Branstead of Carlson Branstead & Company, Certified Public Accountants. We support the Owatonna Tday Show.
Greetings from the Steele County Historical Society. We invite you to visit us and enjoy your county's history at the History Center and the Village of Yesteryear. Check out our website for current exhibits and our monthly programs.
Hello, my name is Katie Marshall. A year ago, my family and I became homeless. We were scared and alone. Today, with the help of Steele County Transitional Housing and generous donors like you, my family and I are safely housed. I am working, going to college, paying my rent on time. My children have a warm bed to sleep in every night. My family and I are so grateful for this second chance. Please help others in need by donating to transitional housing today. Everyone deserves a safe place to live.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Tday Show, your community connection, and welcome to the voice of the fair, Todd.
Pete, how are you?
So good to be with you. Good
Old
always
neighbor,
to be, yeah,
old neighbor.
really.
Yeah.
You know, and some might even say, even pushing this voice of, is you're kind of the voice of Owatonna. With all
Well-
due respect to the other announcers in town, you know, over time. I mean, you've been doing this thing for 50 years.
Yeah,
or-
that's right.
Right?
Yeah, right.
long
Either
time.
through the radio or at
Yeah.
the fair or whatever.
Yeah.
So I
You-
suppose
you
it.
become a family
You do.
member in a big way,
I
don't
say you hang around here long enough, they'll probably name a street after you.
Good.
I always think of Junior Clark, who was,
sure, yeah.
they named Clark Drive
Yeah,
after
Clark
him. I
Drive,
said,
right.
maybe they'll have a Hale Road down the line or something.
Well, maybe you'll be alive to see it. That'll
Yeah,
be
that's
the better
the
part
thing.
of it, right?
Yeah,
Those things
exactly.
always happen after the fact.
Exactly.
Well, the announcement came that you're going to hang it up for your time
Right.
on the fair. After how many years?
27.
27
27 years in the capacity that I am now. And actually more than that, because when I was involved in the radio, of course, we were involved in the fair very
Right.
heavily as well. But when I retired from the radio in 1990, you know, I was approached to come and help Dr. Allgaier
Yeah.
primarily with the advertising of the fair and the press releases and this type thing. So it was kind of the publicity angle of the fair. And so I started doing that. We were pretty, we were pretty antiquated at that time. Dr. Allgaier was in a small office on the end of the beer garden, and I was across the way in where I hung out in what they call the industrial building back then, which was torn down, of course, to put the Muckle building in there. So we worked separately, and then somewhere along the line, and I cannot for the life of me tell you how it happened or why it happened, I expressed it as thought that I could do a better job of booking entertainment at the fair than was being done. No criticism, certainly. I think Dr. Allgaier probably handled all the entertainment that came to the fair. So I took that on. So over the years, 26 of the 27 years, I have handled the entertainment of the two outdoor stage, three really, with the Riesland stage now, and the publicity, and the advertising, and the audio part, using my voice. And of course, that's where people probably associate most my work at the fair. They don't think about what went on during the summer in the preparations for the fair. They think about hearing me on the PA system.
You know, in fact, we were talking, Sheila and I talking about this at home, and she said, "Well, I sure hope his voice stays."
Yeah, and that's
then,
what
of course,
everybody
it came
said.
out in the paper.
Yeah.
And in fact, that the voice will stay.
Yeah.
The guy will be gone, but
I haven't been officially asked yet, but I've been given the indication that they'd like to have me do that. We don't have time to go into how I do it, but it's pretty antiquated, not up to what Leanne's working with back there as far as equipment is concerned. But anyway.
Well, there'll be a revolt if you're not. I can tell you.
As long as the job gets done.
Yeah,
I guess that's
But
it.
you know what you said of an important part is that the voice of the fair is one thing, and of course it's an important thing, tells people things. But the people just didn't know about the rest of it, what's going on in that office.
Right,
you know.
right, exactly. And not only in that area, but area of the other responsibilities of board members, the beer garden, the grandstand, all these things have to be done over the summer months. So, a month and a half to 2 months before the fair, things get pretty wild.
I would assume that if an act or a musical group that isn't booked by a certain date, I mean, they're off looking for another place.
You've got to get them early, and we have some already booked for next year. And sometimes I would book them the night they performed and we're wrapping up.
Sure.
I'd say, hey, we'd love to have you come back again next year because people enjoy them.
Right.
A good example of the white sidewalls, Pack the Park,
I was there for that. It was packed,
Our opening night this year again will be the Love Handles. Well, not only are the Love Handles popular with the music, but they're local people.
Guys, yeah.
And I tried to, over the years, involve as many local people in the entertainment as I could. And they're the ones that drew the crowds. I mean, the grandmas, grandpas, Jill Hogarth's dancers pack the park with relatives.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So and then of course you bring in entertainment. Ray Sands, a good example. We've had Ray here year after year. Armin Rizak, of course, was a 50-year plus and was there every year at the fair. He was an automatic.
Right.
Well, Ray kind of is in that same category. People enjoy him. And so we bring him back for Senior Day because he's playing the music the seniors remember. One thing we've done for this year, I will say, by the way, is our Old Time Day, which was always on Saturday, we're moving to Thursday, which is our Senior Day. I mean, let's face it, those people are the ones who enjoy the old time music.
Sure.
And
You never did anything with the grandstand, though.
never did.
Nothing on the track.
Nothing on
or
the
anything
grandstand
like
or
that,
the track. But
That was
those
all there.
days were great back. We've always been a motor fair.
Yeah.
And we've tried, people ask us, well, why don't you bring in the big acts, like they do at Albert Lee Fair, for instance. Well, we're a free fair, number one. Albert Lee charges admission at the gate, and then that involves a ticket to the grandstand. And that's how they pay for their tremendously expensive entertainment. We can't afford to do that. And we've tried a number of things. Probably the most successful has been the most recent ones that we've had in there, but we've never been real successful with bringing a musical entertainer in because the ones we had to get were usually ones that were cheaper, so they were has-beens. I remember we brought Charlie Pride in. Well, Charlie Pride was well beyond his peak. But we could get him for a price that we could afford. But it never attracted a big audience. Why is that? I don't know. The only thing I've been able to figure out is there's so much else going on at our fair that people don't want to spend 2.5 hours sitting in the grandstand. They want to be on the fair.
When you think of those 27 years of being with the fair, share some highlights.
Oh,
when
golly.
You think about, there are a lot of them, I'm sure, but.
Well, in my younger days, I was always selected, so to speak, to take part in a grandstand event, maybe. I rode behind an ostrich in a cart, and I thought I was going to lose my life there. So I was, when you're dealing with a bird like that, you got a broom. And you put the broom up by their side of their eyes, and it shies them so they go one way or go the other way. I hit them in the head, and I got panicky, and the bird started out 90 miles an hour, and one of the people with the show finally got across the track and grabbed the reins of the bird and to stop it. But I was on my way around a second time as fast as he could go. So things like that. I ridden with Joey Chitwood and the Thrill Show, in their car, one of their cars. So it was kind of participated. I kind of got out of that as the years went on. But now, of course, the auto races were always tremendously popular event.
Well, one thing you never did do was to get shot out of the cannon.
No, I never got shot out of the cannon.
Did you ever do the bungee thing?
I never.
Never know that stuff either.
And the cannonball probably was a great thing, and we haven't signed him yet, but I would guess if he's available, we may bring him back. It always attracts.
So the transition is upon us. Who's going to be stepping in?
Well, Wayne Steele, who has been my stage manager for the past 4 or 5 years, is going to take over the stage duties and the booking of the entertainment and this type of thing. And he's a board member. I was never a board member. I worked for the fair. So he'll be doing that, and I'm sure he'll do a good job, and I've told him that I'll be glad to advise or help in any way I can. But, Pete, you went through retirement from OTC, I think it was, and
started another business after that.
Another business, but you just know when it's time. And I think people were ready, especially the fair board, were ready for maybe some new thoughts and blood in the area of entertainment. This is one of those things.
What I hope happens, this is all a part of everything, but I hope that what happens at the Steele County History Center has, you know, a bank of tapes of your stuff over the 50, your
know if they
broadcasting
do.
years and all, you know,
Yeah.
whatever. Because you always had a microphone in your hand.
Yeah.
And I especially hope that they have something of your play-by-play work on Owatonna hockey, because people need to hear you try to understand what it is that you're saying, as you got as excited as anybody try to tell people on the radio what they were hearing.
Well,
I hope that
anyway,
they do
it's
that,
it's
because
been
you're you'll be a historical
thank
treasure.
you, thank you. It's been a good ride. I really have enjoyed it, and I hope to continue to be involved with the fair. And yes, for those of you who usually associate my voice with the fair, I said I would continue to do that when fair time
We
rolls
sure hope
along.
so. Thanks for being here.
Hey, thank you.
It's always a pleasure
Good
to
neighbor.
be with you.
You
Yeah,
bet.
you bet. And thank you for being with us today as well. We're going to take a few minutes to hear from our sponsors, and then we'll be right back to wrap up. Stay tuned.
Amy Swain Hearing Centers is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Tday Show. I'm Dr. Amy Swain, and I want everyone to hear better.
Hi, this is Barry Gillespie, president of ERA Gillespie Real Estate, where our pledge is to save you money, save you time, and simplify your life. And we're proud supporters of the Owatonna Tday Show.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Tday Show, your community connection. Here are some community announcements for you today. The 2017 Steele County Toys for Tots applications are available or will be available at various Steele County locations starting on the 2nd at the following locations: churches in Steele County, Crisis Resource Center, Minnesota Prairie Alliance, Owatonna Public Library, Salvation Army, Steele County Clothesline, Food Shelf, and Public Health. Parents and guardians must complete an application and put it in the drop box at Minnesota Prairie County Alliance or mail it to Post Office Box 199 in Owatonna. Emailed applications will not be accepted. The application deadline to qualify for a family-to-family food card and toys is November 15th. Alina Health is teaming up with Free Bikes for Kids to collect donated bicycles for kids in need. In the Owatonna area, volunteers will be at Owatonna Hospital on Saturday, October 7th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. to accept donations of gently used or new bikes. Oktoberfest at St. John Lutheran Church, Saturday, October 8th. $10 for adults, $5 for ages 10 and under. It's going to be a great event, again, on the 8th of October on Sunday. And finally, the Chubbs Brew-BQ for the Savor the Flavor fundraiser. It will be Chubbs Brew-BQ, October 14th, 2017, at the Retrofit Companies, the old Walmart building. So want to be on hand for that. And finally, the Steele County DFL is sponsoring a forum on healthcare for all presented by Minnesota State Senator John Marty. The forum will be held Thursday, October 19th from 7 to 9 p.m. in the Gainey Room of the Owatonna Library. Marty is the author of Healing Healthcare, the Case for a Common Sense Universal Health Care System, which describes the Minnesota Health Plan in a single statewide plan that would cover all Minnesotans for all their medical needs, and the public is welcome. That'll take care of it for today. We do want you to come back on Monday, when we will have some more news from Owatonna. Specifically, Scott Nyland will be with us, who is a children's book illustrator, and Kyla and Jeff Linder, new owners of the Rustique. Thanks for being with us today, and we'll look forward to having you back here on Monday.